Hey guys, this is Ramon de Belen, and in today's video, so if you're a coach posting content every day and you're still not getting clients, this video will explain why and what actually works instead. Okay, so this is based on my experience. This is what I do, so I'm just sharing with you how I got clients even without me posting every day. Okay, so let's first start with the notion that posting every day is not equal to clients. Okay, I'm not saying that you're not gonna get clients if you're not posting. Okay, so this is for the coaches who are just starting out, who don't have a big audience, who don't have a huge following, and would want to do a different strategy in getting their first or maybe their another client. Okay, so here's the problem with relying on content. Okay, content creates attention. Okay, there's nothing wrong with creating content, but attention doesn't always equal to intent. Okay, so attention is not always equal to content. So what happens when we post content, when we post on our social media pages? Most people who like, comment, and maybe share your posts or watch your posts, right? They don't are not actually in a buying mode. Okay, maybe they'll buy someday, but not today. Most of them are just scrolling. Okay, so premium clients don't usually raise their hand and in public. They decide in private. That's what I've experienced, and maybe some of you have experienced that. So here's the thing. I'm gonna write here the difference so that you can better understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so public content, let me just type this out. Public content, you get attention, and most of them you get it from likes, right? Private conversations, on the other hand, okay, conversations, on the other hand, this is where intent lies. Okay, this is where intent happens. Okay, when there's intent, there is this thing called a decision. Okay, so there are decisions being made in private conversations. Okay, so when coaches rely only on content, three things happen. Okay, first, number one, you're waiting for someone to be ready. Second, there's no clear next step. And third, there's no control over who sees your message. Okay, let me type that down so you can understand that. So this is what happens when you rely on content. Okay, so first is you're waiting for someone to be ready. Okay, and we don't want that, right? When we're running a business, we don't want to be on their timeline. We want cash flow, right? So second is there's no clear step. Third is you have no control over who sees your message. It's just because how the algorithm works, right? So these are the three things. Okay, so posting every day. So waiting, no next step, and no control. Okay, so the goal isn't more content. Okay, so Ramon, what's the solution? The goal is more conversations with the right people. That's the goal. That's why I don't start with daily posting. I start with systems that create conversations on demand. So specifically, what type of system do we initially use? If you want, guys, I'm just sharing what worked for me. Obviously, some of you may have gotten clients from posting every day. I'm just sharing what has worked for me. Okay, so posting every day didn't work for me, right? What worked for me was ads that lead to messenger conversations. I used Facebook ads, in short. Okay, I used advertising that led to messenger conversations, because the more conversations, the more I had, the more that it led to booking sales calls, right? So let me type this down right here again. Okay, so this is the system that I use. Ads. Okay, the ads, then the conversations. Okay, next is the calls, and finally the clients. Okay, let me just put some arrows here so you can see it clearly. Okay, so this is what has worked for me, and what I will continue to be doing. Okay, so There you go. Okay. So I run messenger ads straight to conversation. I get a conversation with my potential clients. Then if they're interested, they hop on a call. Then if they're ready, they become a client. Okay. So very simple. So this doesn't mean content is useless. I'm not saying content is useless, but if you're starting out or trying to get consistent clients, right? You don't need to post every day. I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying not to post. I'm just saying that you don't need to post every day. Okay? You need a clear path from interest, okay, to conversation to a call. Because clarity, okay, this is it, guys. Clarity is greater than the volume. Okay? So if you want my exact system for turning ads into conversations, conversations into book calls, and calls into clients, that's what we that's I'm gonna be that's the system that I'm gonna be teaching you inside my step-by-step program, inside my premium client system group. So if you're interested, you can join my group community here on school if you want to learn more about on how you can do it. Okay, I'll leave the link below for those who want to learn how to do this for your coaching business. So guys, if this helped you, consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be breaking down client acquisition, conversational selling, how to sell using Messenger, and discovery calls in future videos. All right, so again, this is Ramon de Belen. If you found value, hit the like button below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.